KVUE News Daybreak.
Right now, crews on the scene after a car crashed into a condo. So, what happened, and when will this mess be cleaned up?
A failed missile test in North Korea. I'm ABC's Janae Norman in Washington with a new warning from the administration coming up.
And a massive manhunt is underway for this man after he walked up to an elderly stranger and killed him. He recorded the entire incident and posted it on Facebook this morning, where investigators think he may be.
Good Monday morning to you, and thank you for joining us for KVUE News Daybreak. I'm Brian Mays.
And I'm Yvonne Nava. It is Monday, April 17th. Anavid Reyes is following our traffic. And let's get a check, though, first on our weather with Erica Lopez.
All right, waking up to some mostly cloudy skies this afternoon. As you head out the door, things are going to be uncomfortably muggy. Dew points are in the mid to upper 60s, close to 70 degrees already for ABIA, Camp Mabry, also 69 degrees. This is what our radar currently looks like. A lot of convection going on just to the south of us. Some of these storms between Laredo and Corpus have actually been severe warned. As for us, just some very, very light showers we've been seeing for mainly just to the south of us, but now entering into Gillespie County, also Blanco County. Those are for the most part dwindling down. This afternoon is when things are going to get busy. As you head out the door, prepare for some afternoon showers, calling it about a 50% chance of some rain shower activity, mainly from, I would say, noon until 5 p.m. Temperatures will be in the 80s. That's what's going on with weather. Let's take a look at the roads this morning with Anavid Reyes.
Thank you, Erica. Well, we have a pretty busy morning. It's only 5 o'clock, and there is an accident reported here on 183 and Burnett Road. This is a live look at where that action is going on now. If we move over to our map, this is exactly where it's taking place. Research Boulevard, northbound. This is on the service road at Burnett. APD does tell us that it's not blocking, so not too much to worry about there. All right, back to you at the desk.
All right, thanks so much. Well, happening right now, the Austin Fire Department still on the scene of an unusual crash in West Austin. Overnight, a driver smashed into a condo near Lake Austin.
KVUE's Corey Coffin live at the scene with a look at the damage. And Corey, the car still there this morning, right?
It is, Brian. Austin Fire Department tells us they can't move the car because it's actually holding up the building. It'll collapse if they move it. Here's a look at the scene right now. As of right now, it's been several hours since the actual accident happened. It happened just after 11 p.m. Austin Fire Department tells us a man was driving along Enfield, and instead of turning when it ends right here at Lake Austin, the driver plowed into a parked car here and then into the building. The parked car also went flying. It ended up near the building here as well. EMS took that man to the hospital. They tell us they do know that alcohol was involved, but they're not sure to what extent. Obviously, speed also a factor here in this crash. Authorities will remain out here until daylight when they can assess the situation.
We know that when we start towing cars that we'll have a potential for another collapse. The living area of the building is intact and stable. It's just this add-on section that you see behind me that we're concerned about.
Now, they will also have some structural engineers out here after daylight to give their assessments of this. Amazingly, no one home at the time of the crash, so no one else was hurt. We are told by AFD that the building is livable. They say just the structure behind the actual storage unit is the part that's affected, so they're allowing residents to actually stay inside these condos as of today. Austin police will also be on scene to investigate any other additional details. We hope to have more for you coming up here. We're live here at Lake Austin. Corey Coffin, KVUE News. Guys, back to you.
Corey, thank you. Happening today, the family of a man who got shot multiple times by Austin police officers 2 weeks ago will share his side of the story. This is Lawrence Parrish. Right now, he's recovering in a hospital. Back on April 7th, 4 police officers shot him several times after responding to a disturbance call about a man with a gun. At first, police said Parrish shot first, but then later the chief said Parrish never fired a gun, and that dash camera video did not capture the shooting. And now his family is wondering why no cameras show what happened. Officers say once Parrish is well enough to get out of the hospital, he will be taken to jail. His family will speak at the Givens Park Pavilion around 7 this evening.
Now to developments from the Korean Peninsula, where Vice President Mike Pence is in South Korea today. North Korea's show of force over the weekend failed as a medium-range missile blew up upon launch. During his visit, Pence called the test a provocation to ask, as some ask, if U.S. hackers disrupted the launch. ABC's Janae Norman reports the United States is considering taking action.
With all eyes on North Korea, a weekend missile launch failed in spectacular fashion. U.S. commanders say a medium-range ballistic missile blew up almost immediately after launch, with the world watching, humiliating the country's leader, Kim Jong-un.
We will meet any use of conventional or nuclear weapons with an overwhelming and effective response.
And new questions over why that launch failed and whether a U.S. cyber attack could have brought the missile down.
I don't think so, but I wouldn't rule it out.
There's a very strong belief that the Americans, through cyber methods, have been successful on several occasions in interrupting these sort of tests and making them fail.
That failed test hasn't eliminated the looming threat of North Korea's 6th nuclear test and new missiles flaunted in a weekend parade.
This problem is coming to a head, and so it's time for us to undertake all actions we can, short of a military option, to try to resolve this peacefully.
But all options are on the table.
The administration warning the U.S. will take action amid concerns the regime is getting closer to being able to reach the continental United States with a missile. If North Korea pulls the trigger, target number 1 could be Osan Air Base, just 48 miles away, where forces say they're prepared.
We are trained day in, day out to be fight tonight ready, as we say it.
U.S. officials are sure Kim Jong-un isn't giving up on a long-range missile with a nuclear warhead capable of reaching the U.S. The administration is leaning on China to flex its muscle in the region to pressure North Korea to abandon its weapons. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
Demonstrators took to the streets on Saturday around the country demanding President Donald Trump release his tax returns. That's video taken at the tax march in Austin. Protesters say Americans deserve to know about the president's potential conflicts of interest. Donald Trump has said that voters don't care. Most of the protests were peaceful.
A cold-blooded killing out in Cleveland recorded and posted on Facebook yesterday. A warning, some of the video that you're about to see may be disturbing.
Found somebody about to kill this guy right here. The old dude.
Police now searching for this man, Steve Stevens, who was accused of shooting and killing the elderly man recorded in that video.
Can you do me a favor? Can you say Joy Lane? What? Can you say Joy Lane? Joy Lane? Yeah. She's the reason why this is about to happen to you.
Well, the shooter then gets back in his vehicle and drives off. The family of the 74-year-old now left to mourn their loss while police search for the accused killer.
I don't know what I'm going to do. It's not real.
Police say Stevens may already have left Ohio. Overnight, his cell phone was pinged near Pennsylvania. Police are asking families there and in New York, Indiana, and Michigan to be on alert. He was last seen in a white Ford Fusion with temporary tags. He's considered armed and dangerous. Authorities say he is claiming to have killed more than a dozen other people as well. That claim has not been verified by officials. Back here at home this morning, we now know the name of the woman whose body was found in Waller Creek over the weekend. Police say 24-year-old Tia Shane Brooks was found in the creek near 4th Street and I-35 in downtown Austin on Saturday morning. Homicide detectives are still interviewing witnesses, and they're waiting on autopsy results to determine if she drowned or if she died another way. Police say there is no threat to the public, but if you have any information, you're encouraged to call police.
Leander Independent School District officials are now working to educate parents about their kids' mental health. So far this school year, 5 students have taken their own lives in that school district alone, and today the district will offer counseling services to families at the Supporting Our Teens in Today's Society event. They'll talk about how students should deal with stress and tips on balancing school and outside activities. LASD officials will also talk about how the district deals with bullying and the risk factors for suicide. If you would like to attend today's event, it'll be at the Cedar Park High School Performing Arts Center beginning at 6:30 this evening.
And it wasn't a happy Easter for many families across the country. Take a look on Sunday. This twister out in Nebraska tore through fields, forcing families in the area to evacuate. And then in North Texas, a mile-wide tornado toppled power lines and tore roofs off of several homes. Out in Florida, a state of emergency declared, more than 100 wildfires burning through the central part of the state. Close calls for many homes over the weekend, but thankfully none were destroyed. And now let's take a look at our forecast. We do have some possibilities of rain, right?
That's right. Rains and possible thunderstorms this afternoon. As far this morning, as you're heading out the door, things are just muggy. Our atmosphere is extremely saturated. You're waking up to some overcast skies and temperatures in the 60s. Here's what's going on across the Lone Star State. Heaviest rain to the north of us and also in southern Texas. As for our region, we do have some light showers in Gillespie County, southern Blanco County. That's pretty much the extent of it. Your rush hour forecast, I think this afternoon is going to be probably the busiest, as we do have a 50% chance of some possible thunderstorms. Keep that in mind. I think our most best chance for that will be in the eastern county. So hour by hour, this is what we're tracking. Daytime highs should for the most part stay in the upper 70s. Best chance of rain this afternoon. Let's take a look at some of our KVUE photos of the morning. This one's coming out of Instagram. One of our viewers enjoying the weekend, feeding her little bunny some carrots. Pretty adorable.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I have so many photos to share this morning, obviously of Easter weekend, so make sure to hang out with us, and I'll be sharing them periodically this morning.
All right.
Dogs eating healthy. Thanks, Erica. We're just 1 week away now from the Capital 10K, one of the largest races in the nation. Thousands of runners train for it every year, including this 82-year-old Central Texan who hasn't missed a race since it began back in 1978. His name is Art DeValle. He runs through the streets of his Point Venture neighborhood at least 3 times a week to prepare for the big day. This will be his 40th race. And by looking at his energy, you wouldn't have known he'd had back surgery 6 months ago. And he's also a cancer survivor, but he's not letting anything hold him back.
I know I need to do that. I know you need to keep moving. Once you stop moving, stop doing things, well, you just kind of waste away. It's good to be alive.
Great attitude. He says back in 1993, he pledged to take part in a total of 50 races. He has 10 more to go. He's placed several times in his age group, 3rd place recently, 1st just a few years before that. So congratulations to him as he gets ready for a big week.
Isn't that admirable?
I wish I could do that.
Me too.
Summer will be here before you know it, and a lot of you will head straight to the beach.
And there's new technology that could save your life. The special thing these drones are being used for.
And police need your help. They're looking for 2 men, what they're accused of stealing from a southeast Austin home. Coming up.